Hello friends, I welcome you in today's this wonderful video, and this video is going to show you that how we normally, almost magically, how do we create anchors or tags for our mood or our behavior. A small example would be the Kapil Sharma show. All the Indian viewers and many of the viewers who are outside India, the moment I say the Kapil Sharma show, you get a smile on your face, right? So why that smile comes? Like almost for those people who like Kapil Sharma, who don't like, I don't know what feelings they might be having. But there is some connection that as soon as you take that name, like for example, as soon as I say Jim Carrey, right? So Jim Carrey, the character itself, as soon as you think about Jim Carrey, you get a smile on your face because the sort of roles he plays. So what happens here? And as soon as I say Michael Jackson, that also creates something inside you, right? And if I take a name of Hitler, Adolf Hitler. So for those who have read his biography and who are inspired by him, there will be different feelings. But generally, when we say the name Hitler, that has another impression on your brain, right? So what happens when we do this? So let us discuss this today, because as I am discussing about the automatic me, and we started with some things that are automatically into us. They are as a part of our living, right? So thank you for joining me today, and we'll have a wonderful session today, and let's start. But before that, let me give you my introduction to those who have joined me today. This is Ashish Nagar. I am a NLP wellness and life coach. I am a YouTuber and I am a physical therapist also. And throughout my 20 years of practice, I just came across so many things that suggested me that physical pains, that is either we can tell them psychosomatic pains or psychosomatic disorders, and there is a deep correlation between the mindset or the mind and body. And so psychosomatic pains are not only related to physical problems, they are also related to anxiety, stress and depression. And so I am now into research with that, and along the way I have come across so many new things in my study that I would love sharing them with you, so that you can upgrade yourself and you can just identify. See, I said that you have to become aware. That is all we need to. You have to sajag ho jana, we tell it in Hindi. So you just have to become aware of what is going on, right? Once you are aware of what is going on, then you can try to find out a way to get rid of it, right? So let's become aware of how these certain names that I took in the starting of this video, how they work almost as a magic to change our mood or to change our expressions, right? So let's move forward. Now, basically what happens is, there is whatever we see, right? Whatever we are seeing, whatever we are hearing, and whatever we are right now feeling, these three sensations, right? These sensations along with our taste and smell, sensation of taste and smell, these sensations come together and they create a picture of the external world inside us. We call it as internal representation, right? So everything that you are looking outside is having an internal representation. For example, right now I am sitting in my room, and I am sitting at a place where I am having a wallpaper on my backside, and I am shooting this video for you, right? And it is being captured in my phone, right? So this is the original, and what is coming to you is the representation of what I am doing and where I am sitting. You got my point? When you take a selfie, the selfie is an representation of your image inside, right? So same thing happens in our brain, that whatever we are looking outside, our eyes are capturing everything and they are creating an internal representation inside us. Now how this happens? Anything that is informed to you. For example, if I say that this is a remote, right? So if you know what a remote is, you can correlate that yes, this is a remote that controls the AC, right? So because you have an idea of what is a remote, you can correlate that this is a remote that controls the AC, right? Now this is a headphone, right? We say Bluetooth earphones. If you know what is headphone and why it is used, then you can actually correlate that this is okay, this is a Bluetooth headphone and there is something that is wireless and there is something that is hands-free, etc., etc. So whatever you are looking in the outer world is creating its impression inside us with the correlation of the memory that we have already, and it is creating a new memory related to an old memory. So this internal representation that we are making in ourselves, right, is the key source of how we remember the things. Now, how does this help us create what we call as tags? You all are using social media. I am sure you all use social media. So if you are using Facebook or if you are using any social media platform, you have something called as tags, right? So we put tags so that it can be correlated very fast. Even I put tags in my videos so that you can search the video very fast and you can get correlated to the video, right? So tags are there are these pins. You know, if we see it in a daily life post, there is a big notice board, and when we have to put a chit on the notice board, we use that tag to put the notice over the board, right? So that anybody is going from there can read on the notice board that there is something on the notice board, right? So tags are basically markers. So what are our tags inside? Our tags are our markers. So there are so many things that actually become tags in our brain. So as soon as I say Kapil Sharma, so Kapil Sharma is a tag of witty humor. You know, he uses this wit, he uses this humor, and he uses it by changing something or unexpected reply to a expected question, right? So that actually changes the whole scenario and that makes us laugh. So humor is being tagged with Kapil Sharma. Same with Jim Carrey. The way of characters he plays, humor is been tagged with Jim Carrey, right? Now if I say Adolf Hitler, so that Hitlerism, you know, that there is something known as the self-discipline or strictness or robustness, or there is one harshness that is being tagged with the name Hitler. So many times we say that don't become a Hitler, right? Or you are behaving like a Hitler right now. So that means you are behaving in a certain way that is very strict, right? So what happens is these behaviors are tagged with these names in our memory. Now this was about feelings with things, right? Okay. Now if I say McDonald's, again something is tagged with the word McDonald in our memory. So as soon as I say McDonald's, there is a certain smell, there is a certain taste, there is a certain sight, there is a certain sound, and there is a certain type of internal feeling that comes to you when as soon as I say McDonald's. If I say Pizza Hut, right? Again, if I say pizza, then also there is a certain presentation of that pizza in your internal world or in your brain, which we call as internal presentation. Same thing happens when you are picking up diseases also, or when you are picking up allergies also, or when you are picking up a good feeling about something or a bad feeling about something, right? So if I say a crematorium, right? So when as soon as I say crematorium or crematory, you get an idea that okay, it is a place where the dead bodies are either kept or they are cremated, right? So it doesn't have a very good feeling in us as soon as I say that word, right? So there are certain places which definitely have a positive tags with you, and there are certain places which have negative tags with you. As soon as I say church or I say temple or I say mosque, they are tagged as places for worship, right? So these are the meaning of the words also, and they create a picture inside. As soon as I say a temple, it creates a picture inside you. As soon as I say a church, it creates a picture inside you. Suddenly it creates a picture that okay, this is a place of worship, right? But if I say a cave, right? Or I say a haunted cave or a haunted house. This also creates a certain type of experience inside you. Either it is seen in television, seen on movies, seen in some serial, or whether you have visited some place where people said that this is a haunted house and you should not go to this place. So as soon as we take the name of this, you get some internal presentation of this thing. So these internal presentations often get connected to our memory status and they create a tag. Okay, so how these tags work, right? Certain people in our life, for example, let me say that if you see a beggar on the roadside, right, there is a tag when I say a beggar. So that tag defines the situation of beggar, right? If the beggar behaves awkwardly, you know that this is not the tag that is inside me, right? So whenever you see actor actresses, whenever you see actors, whenever you see performers, you have tags in your brain with the thing they are doing, and these tags give you a feeling of goodness or sadness. Okay, now these tags, where do you put these tags where they are disadvantageous, right? Most of the times husband and wife, throughout the day they are working separately, they are living separately, right? For example, there are always, whatever I am talking is a generalized talk, so there are always exceptions. So if it is a working husband who is working from home, then he might be doing more of the housework, and if the wife is a office worker, she might be more busy with the office. On the contrary, if the husband is an office worker, from morning to evening he'll be in the office and the wife will be at the home. So most of the times husband and wife, even if they are in the same home and they are working from home also, they get together with each other only in the night time. And where do they meet? They meet in the bedroom. So all the hot discussions, all the discussions related to day's problems, all the discussions related to personal experiences or problems with family people or kids, or all the problems that are related that they have faced in the daytime are discussed in the bedroom. Now that typical time before sleep, number one, where your mind starts relaxing. Okay, yesterday in my last video I discussed about the cycle, right? The rest activity cycle, right? So your mind is almost ready to get relaxed in the night time, and at that point of time your wife or your husband comes and start saying certain things which aggravates your mood or which makes you aggressive. So at that point of time, when your hormones should go down and melatonin and serotonin should rise up and oxytocin should, the love hormone should rise up, at that point of time your aggression hormones are getting released because of the talks that are going on, right? And so in the night time, husband and wife, rather in the bedroom, they are not sitting and talking lovely things and romantic things, but rather they are discussing problems of the day, right? Now because this has been a tag for you since your marriage time, since you know when it's a new marriage, the thing is different. But once you have kids and once you start living with your family and once you have all, you know, your life is set in that married life and you are having kids and everything, then the discussions going on in this phase in the bedroom change, and so the bedroom becomes a tag for your negative emotions. So fights happen in the bedroom. There are these phases of talking and no talks and all these things happens in the bedroom, right? All the raised emotions or the emptying of your emotions happens in the bedroom, and so bedroom becomes a place of harsh emotions rather than a place of romance and love. You see how you are changing the anchor. This is what we call it as changing. So bedroom is a place where normally couples have to be in love and romance, but it is becoming an anchor for frustration, an anchor for depression, an anchor for fight, an anchor for arguments. Same thing happens with kids also. that in the evening time when you are sitting with the kid, normally it should be a playful time. You should mingle with the kids, right? That is why bedtime stories came up, that while sleeping, if the kid listens a story with a happy ending, his mindset becomes happy, and so he sleeps with wonderful images, fiction where everything is good, everything is joyful, and it is happy ending. On the contrary, today the kids sleep with mobile or with a book, right? And most of the times, if it is a fictitious book or if it is a movie that was not so good, or whether it is a Avengers movie or whether it is an End Game or anything of that sort, so they are sleeping with this fight in their brain. They are sleeping with gigantic scenes of disasters in their brain. They are sleeping with horrorful. Even if they are reading Harry Potter, they are sleeping with fictitious horror stories in their brain. What is the brain getting before sleep? What are you imprinting subconsciously? Subconsciously, you are imprinting fight. Subconsciously, you are imprinting fear. Subconsciously, you are imprinting depression, disaster in the brain of a child, and he is sleeping with all those things. Do you understand the subtleness of tags or anchors that we create? And then what happens that these anchors turn into triggers in children. Now, if you stop them, they are in a state, when my kid is reading this Harry Potter, he is in a state of that Hogwarts, and he almost becomes a embodiment of Harry Potter when he is reading it, right? So if I tell him to keep the book off, that okay, put the book off and go to sleep, that it is breaking his state, that mental state of delirium and excitement is broken down. So he ends up fighting or shouting. Then you shout even more loudly to suppress him, and then you just give him 1 or 2 slaps, right? That is the maximum phase. I have not used it till date. My sound is enough for that. So I have anchored it that way. So what is happening is at the end of the day, when kid should go to bed calmly and with serenity, he is going to bed with tears, cries, and some broken states in his brain. What impact will this have on your kid? Just sit and think about it when I am saying this. In the office, you are in the office in the morning. Yesterday also I discussed that as the body cycle goes, early morning ritual. There is a ritual which is discussed by so many motivational speakers, started by Robin Sharma, and then so many, and even The Secret has discussed this, that start your day with gratitude. Do you know that there was a study which says that social anxiety early in the morning, if a person gets up and as soon as he gets up, he feels like, most of the working housewives, most of the working husbands, they get up in the morning, they are not calm. They are already having a deadline that they should reach to office by 9, and before that all these works have to be completed and all these jobs have to be completed. They already have this. So as soon as you get up, the female's mind starts working. Okay, I have to cook the food, I have to do this, I have to wash the clothes, I have to groom the house, I have to prepare food, I have to prepare breakfast for the kid, because then he'll be needing breakfast in 11 o'clock, and I'll go to office, I'll come back by 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock or evening, whatever. So the whole day the kid is going to be in the house, so he or she has to schedule the whole day's things so that the kid who is at home gets or stays involved throughout the day without creating a chaos in the house. So as soon as the wife gets up, she is having, even if she is a housewife, homemaker, then also she is having these feelings that okay, the husband will go to the office, you have to give him tiffin, then you have to prepare breakfast for the kids, you have to prepare online, you have to place the laptop, you have to place the things, you have to check the network, so that the kid, as soon as he gets up, he starts, and his classes start at 9 or 9:30, he should be in a position to sit in front of the camera or in front of the laptop in that live class with all the preparations, right? And then after the class, all the assignments have to be completed, they have to be uploaded in time so that they get a good grade. What I mean to say, that you are already conditioning so many things in the brain, and you know that this is also a part of social anxiety. Social anxiety doesn't only mean feeling low in the society. This is also a part of social anxiety. So early in the morning when your mind should be calm, because at that point of time your energy levels are rising, and these rising energy levels are all consumed in settling the anxieties and these all stimulus in the morning. So when you actually reach the office, or when you actually reach a phase where you have to start working, you don't have any energies left out. Are you getting? Are you with me? Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? These small triggers, because so these the ritual of morning prayer, that you get up in the morning, then you have some tea, that is we have created that ritual. Normal ritual was that you get up in the morning, you empty your stomach, right? You clear your bowels, then you take a bath, then you pray, and then you take breakfast. That was the normal routine. Now the routine has been changed. So now we get up in the morning, we have some tea and some breakfast, then we clear our bowels, then we go for bath, and then in a hurry we spend some time to do that so-called praying ritual or thanking ritual, and we get back to job. Please understand, the rituals that were made by our past people, who have been making them in the past, were made in a way that it matches with the body cycle and the body rhythms. And that is why praying early in the morning was, why do you go and sit in the school and then you start with prayer? Because before starting a thing that needs focus, the brain has to calm down. And so as soon as we gather in the prayer, in the assembly, there is a prayer in the assembly, and then we start studying. But some people, they go to the office and they do this. But most of the people, as soon as they go to the office, there is a pile of things, there are a list of things that you remember to do, and you just waste your time early in the morning in piling up and arranging the things when you are most productive, rather than starting with the work. All I mean to say, these things are also creating anchors inside you, and they are disturbing your state of mind. So now you have to become aware of these stressors. What actually makes you feel aggressive inside? What actually makes you feel angry inside? And then we search this happiness outside. We search this happiness in smoking. We search this happiness in drinking. We search this happiness in friends. We search this happiness in other things, insulting other people. So, and it becomes a habit. Gradually it becomes a habit. It is not that something you are not getting it. So, try to understand that you are creating anchors by yourself, by creating an internal representation of the things that are around us. And now, as the lifestyle is changing, these anchors are changing. So, try to remove these anchors. So, if you have to have some discussion with your wife or some hot discussion, come finish it off in the living room, then go to the bedroom. Let your kids watch the movie, etc. Let their minds get settled. If there is a movie running on, let the movie get finished. Then take the kid in the room and read a story, at least a 5-minute story, or discuss something good with the kid, what he achieved in the day. So that will neutralize this aggressiveness of the brain, and it will give him a good sound sleep. Along with that, he will sleep with positivities of the day in the brain, rather than all the fiction gibberish in his brain. When you go to the office, make a list of your to-do in the office, that okay, tomorrow morning, first thing I am going to do is I am going to complete the most important thing, and don't give it a thought. Make that list, stick it there in your office, stick it on your computer with a sticky note, and next time as soon as you go and sit in the office, you should be reminded that today the most important thing is to be done the first thing because that will be the maximum energy level that you will be having. So try to identify your anchors, try to change the way you are anchoring the things that need to be successfully done, and your emotions, and push down the negative anchors. those things that are done, just if anything, if there is something, many a times we see in movies that people have so many big boards and they stick the photos of those people with whom they have to take a revenge. These are negative anchors that you keep always, so they can also work as. But you have heard about vision boards. Now it is also a common thing. You have heard about vision boards, and why Jack Canfield says that you should put your dreams on your vision board, because that gives you a positive anchoring. That motivates you to work towards something positive. So like I am getting motivated because I want to work on you people, so that you get out of this day-to-day turmoil that you are facing, which is actually not needed. So calm down, become aware of your emotions, and become aware of the anchors of your emotions. Become aware of the tags of your emotions. Become aware of the triggers of your emotions, and remove the trigger. Remove the cause. Don't try to remove the feeling. By smoking, by watching comedy channels, by getting involved in not talking and getting involved with your friends, and by saying some, abusing something or some event verbally, you are just suppressing the event in your brain, but you are not removing the tag off. You have to remove the tag off, right? So that the feeling, the tag is only removed, then the feeling is no more in there. So identify the tags, and for that you just have to become aware. Just have to become aware at the very moment when you are, if you heard something and you are not feeling very good about it. That means, for example, normally money, alright, whenever we have so many negative tags about money in our brain, that as soon as we heard about money, or as soon as we hear that somebody has got this much of money, or sometimes if comparisons come up that okay, he was with you and he has earned so much and you have not earned so much, so these are negative taggings. Just become aware of this. It's okay, it's his life, it's his business, and I'm not worried or afraid or aware that why he has earned so much. He has earned so much, God bless him. If I also follow, I'll also earn this much. So there you are not creating a negative feeling, rather than saying that okay, he is a thief and he has done all this golmaal and he is doing all these things, that are not good, and he is earning a lot of extra money. Instead of putting this negative anchor, you put a positive anchor that it's okay, and even I am in a phase, and as soon as this is my life, so as soon as my life and my phase and my state will come into that tuning, I'll also have money. And then make it a belief or outcome that okay, if I have to get this much of money, what all I will do, that is positive with the capacities I have, or if I have to develop some skills towards that, right? So go into positive anchoring, remove the negative tags, make your life full of a little bit of presence. We need a little bit of presence, that's it. At the time when you feel negative, when you start feeling negative, you need a little bit of presence, and that will do the job, right? So thank you so much for joining me today. Again, if you need more such wonderful videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is by the name PT or NLP Ashish Nagar, right? You can even like my Facebook page. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Instagram, and if you have some nagging problem in the life, you can please be in touch with me through the WhatsApp number that is given below, or on the email ID. Send me a question and I'll be glad to help you out with your problems, right? So take care, stay aware, remove the negative tags, do not try to cover them with something else, right? And God bless you, God bless us all. Stay happy, stay healthy. Bye bye from Ashish Nagar. See you in the next video with one step further in this particular topic, that is the automatic me and the automatic emotions and how we have to solve the problem. Okay, till then, bye bye.